Hi, everybody. This is Emmett Dingley, your friendly sales manager at Fairfax Realty Select. I hope you're all doing well today. So, I've got a short video on a very important topic, actually. NVAR has decided, in their wisdom, to change our forms platform. So, we're going from Instanet forms to something called Docs Plus, that's produced by the Remind Company. So get ready to switch over because at the end of the month, January 1, actually, we're switching to Docs Plus, like it or not. So we need to learn how to do this. And I'll be doing that, taking you through a basic setting up a contract purchase and using the Docs Plus and just make it as simple as I can for you. And I'll do other videos if you want further topics as well. Okay, everybody, here we're going to start with how to use Docs Plus instead of our usual Instanet forms on NVAR. So when you go to your NVAR dashboard, where you normally go and you would have been going to the forms here, right next to it, you see this great big blue box for Docs Plus. And so that's what we're going to have to press in the future. So we click that. And let me go full screen here. Okay, so this is the Remind dashboard. And you can see there's various ways to get onto Remind here. But you go down to this one called Docs Plus, and you click that. And that takes you to create a transaction. So this is like the template in our usual forms library. So we're going to create a transaction, and we hit that. And then you can select either buy side or listing side. So just for drill here, we'll try buy side. And then you're going to select a property. And I've just picked one out here, 12795 Lavender Keep. Okay, so here's one. That's our one that we're going to write a contract on. And then we're going to say Barry Buyer is our client. And also, let's see, say Barbara Buyer is his wife. Okay, add Barbara Buyer. I think I missed Barry Buyer, Barrybeuyer, add Barry Buyer. So we have Barbara and Barry. And the seller is going to be, let's make it Sam Seller, add Sam Seller. Okay, listing agent, well, I don't know if we need to put that in now. Well, I guess we could. Larry Lister. Add Larry Lister. Okay, so then we go next. Okay, so what are the forms we're going to use? We're going to Northern Virginia Association of Realtors forms. And here on the search bar, we can put residential. Okay, so then we'll look for our residential sales contract. So we click that. Okay, so that's going to add it down here. Then we're going to want the home inspection, let's say. Okay, and so then we look for home inspection and radon testing. Okay, got that. And say then we're going to also have our financing contingency. So we put financing contingency. And that should come up here quickly. So we'll do conventional on that. Okay, so we could do other things. We could do a COVID-19. Okay, we also want to make sure we do a buyer-broker agreement. So let's put that in there as well. Let's see if it comes up that way, if I can do that. And exclusive right to represent buyer. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we've got all of these forms. So now we just go down to next. And then we're going to start with the residential sales contract. That's the best one to start with because that's where you can put all the names in and everything. So we got already Barbara Buyer and Barry Buyer and Sam Seller, okay, and listing company, the agency, I don't know which, whatever, we just say something like that, okay. And so now, okay, we just got to put in things like dates, today's date, put that in there. And we just fill things in as we need to fill them in down here. You put in, you know, your price, and this is one I've done some time ago. So let's say that was $715,000, and then I think we put down $270,000, and our first trust was $445,000, and that was the $445,000. Okay, so that was what we had done in there. Now, this contract is or is not contingent on financing. So if it is, then you can fill out the financing contingency. If you said not, it wouldn't have anything you could fill out. You know, when you're going to do a deposit, you know, you put whatever. This box will not, if you don't click it, it won't let, you can't type anything in there. So, and we'll put our 10,000 in there, and held by RTS, and we'll deliver within 3 days. Again, that box shaded so that I could type something in there. Settlement date, you could have that. So January of 21, maybe that would be on the 22nd. and we are also designating RTS as our title company, of course. So, you know, I'm not going to go through all of this, but I just want to point out things like so that you would put in your email address for the buyer, Barry at barrysplace.com, something like that. And so anyway, you put things in. So you notice down at the bottom, it's already filling in the initials for the buyers, and for the seller, Sam Seller. If it is a Property Owner Association Act, you say is, and then that would ask you to fill in information again for the email goes in there, and then hard copy you'd put in an address. So the rest of this, you know, this is pretty much the same as what you'd be doing with anything. The only thing that's a little bit different is that you know, it has these little spaces where that if you didn't click it, you can't fill it in. So I think that is all pretty much the same as you would do with, you know, currently now with the forms. So all of that works out pretty much the same way. And other terms, then you type in whatever your other terms are if you had them. So that's pretty much it for doing a basic contract. And then the next document comes up. Here's your home inspection. So if you're going to choose the option to conduct a regular home inspection with option to void, you click that. then you can fill in dates. Well, okay, right now. So, and also it shows you where the initials go right away. You don't have to remember to do that. That's kind of nice. Or if we went and did the home inspection to void only, already see it fills in those where the initials go for your clients and for the seller as well, and it gives you space to put in how many days that you're going to allow for certain elements there. In terms of conventional financing, again, it's going to, you got to fill in your dates, today, et cetera, put all that in. If you're going to be doing obtain a fixed rate over 30 years and not to exceed 3%, say. So again, it fills in a lot of things for you, like if you're going to do with automatic extension, it already indicates here's where the initials go. And then you put your number of days. I usually put 27 for financing. So all of this, is pretty much the same as if you were using the other way of doing it. Exclusive right to represent, again, here you've already got it. You put in your dates, and you fill all this information in and get them to sign it, and then you got that one done. So that all works out pretty much the same. And the nice thing is it already shows where their signatures go and where the initials go. And so when you get to that, you can either go to sign once it's all done or send. So sign would be like if you're sitting there with them and you're going over this with your computer, and you're just saying, okay, look, I got it all done. This way I can kind of explain things to you, and I want to start with the residential sales contract, and so we're going to go continue. Now, what's going to happen is that it's going to say, hey, you forgot to put some things in. You didn't put in the cooperating brokerage. You didn't put in the seller information. You didn't put down payment percentage. It tells you things that you missed doing. You can still move ahead if you think that, okay, I like it the way it is, but if you want them to start signing now, you just say sign now. You got to put in their email address. Both parties, I mean, the husband, wife, or whatever the partners are, they each have to have an individual email address, or this won't work. That's the same thing as it was with AuthentiSign, same thing as it is with DocuSign. It's all the same. And then this person puts in her email address and then confirms that this is her email address. And, well, it's probably not going to work right now because we didn't fill anything in. Now, if you wanted it to be remotely signed, then you'd click the other button. You would have done send, and of course, it won't work if you don't have their emails. But so you just send it to them for emails for remote signing, just like you would with AuthentiSign or DocuSign. And so that all, pretty much works the same way. So the big thing you just have to get used to is the fact that it's a different platform. It looks a little bit different, but it operates pretty much the same way. And so, it's, I think, a reasonable alternative. It has some features that are kind of nice, that it doesn't let you move ahead without alerting you to things you've done wrong. So it should result in more completely done documents and done correctly. So that's it for today. That's all I wanted to show you. The same thing would be if we did a listing. It's just, you're going to pull in your listing documents and fill them out the same way, get them signed the same way. It's really not that difficult. So let me know if you have questions or concerns about this. Okay, thank you. Bye.